On one hand, I feel like January was the longest month ever, and on the other, I'm still not sure how it's even 2026. But we have come to the end of January, so it's time to do our January reading wrap up. I managed to read 8 books in the month of January, and some of them were so good and absolutely deserve their moment to shine, so I am here to talk about them today. I am going to go through all of the books that I read last month with a yes, no, or maybe, and if I think you should add them to your TBR. And clearly it was a very heavy audio book and Kindle month, considering I only ended up knocking 2 off of my physical TBR, but that's okay. We're going to try to do better on our physical TBR here in February. Starting off with the first book that I finished in January, and that is Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. I gave this 3.5 stars. I would say maybe. I don't think that this is her strongest book. There were definitely books that I have liked more from her, like this one. Still kept my attention the entire time. I just really wish that we had gotten a second epilogue that took place right after the last sentence of this book. That did leave me wanting more, which to some is a good thing. For me, I really wish we had had that. But overall, it was still good. And then I finally read Alchemized. Manacled was the first book that I finished in 2025, so it felt very fitting for this to be one of the first books that I finished in 2026. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I would say maybe. Obviously, I love this book and I loved Manacled. I gave Manacled 5 stars. I think this could have been a 5-star read if I had never read Manacled or didn't know Harry Potter. I think because of that, Manacled just hit even harder, knowing those characters and having that background. But by no means am I saying that this is a bad book. It just lacked a little bit of that character depth that you have if you have read Harry Potter and then go into Manacled. I only say maybe because it is truly a very, very dark and harrowing read. I would absolutely recommend checking the trigger warnings and knowing what you're getting into before you start it, and making sure that you're in the right head place to go into something like this. And I listened to Anatomy of an Alibi, and I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really loved First Lie Wins from this author, so I was very excited for this book to come out, and it was very good. I think I liked First Lie Wins a little bit better. I don't think the ending of this was as satisfying, but it still kept my attention the entire way through, and I think if you're looking for a good thriller whodunit to add to your current TBR, I do recommend this one. And after finishing this, I went straight into The Last Time I Saw Him. This was actually a reread for me. I read this for the first time back in 2021 and gave it 5 stars. Upon reread, I ended up giving it 4.5 stars just because I feel like since then I have read better thrillers. But I reread this because the second book was coming out and I really wanted to read it, but I did not remember really anything about the first book. And so I knew I needed to reread, freshen up, to go into the second one and actually know what the heck is going on. I would say yes to both of them. Directly after The Last Time I Saw Him, I went into... Guys, if you have been around here at all as I've been reading these books, you know how confusing I find these titles. The first one, yes, read it.